which introduces a vital concept for anyone listening who feels constrained by their background. We often think of our family of origin as a destiny,
Right, like we're stuck with it.
but it is actually just a starting point.
Yeah.
It is the raw material. And sometimes, the most profound gifts our parents give us aren't the things they provide, but the glaring absences they leave behind.
Because it forces us to act.
Yes, it forces us to go out and find those things for ourselves.
In the sources, Alvaro brings up this analogy that I just can't stop thinking about. He talks about plants and trees. If you think about a seed, a plant actually needs the heavy, dark resistance and the suffocating pressure of the dirt to grow strong roots.
It has to push against something.
Right, and a tree literally has to fight the invisible, constant gravity of the earth in order to push upward and reach the sun.
It's a struggle by design.
If you just leave a seed on a flat, perfectly safe kitchen countertop and give it a little water, it might sprout, but it doesn't grow deep roots. It has nothing to anchor it. So it makes me wonder, how do the cultural pressures we are buried under, like Annelle being buried under the dirt of her father's limiting beliefs, how do they actually become the exact resistance we need to grow?
That is the core mechanism of resilience. And you see it perfectly illustrated in Annelle's initial psychological drive.
Yeah.
Early on, as a young girl and a young woman, she wasn't studying out of some pure, enlightened love for academia.
No, not at all.
She was being driven by a wounded inner child. She was studying to spite her father.
Just purely to prove him wrong.
Yes, to hold up a certificate and say, look, I am worth the investment. I'm not a bad equation. The dirt she was pushing against was his doubt.
So she used his limitation, his blindness, as her absolute rocket fuel.
She did. And spite is an incredibly powerful, highly combustible fuel. It will get you off the launch pad. And this is where so many people get stuck in their personal development journey. The resistance of the dirt gets you out of the ground, but it cannot be the thing that sustains you once you reach the sun.
Because if you run on spite forever, you just burn out your own engine.
From a neurological standpoint, spite and anger run on cortisol and adrenaline. It's a stress response.
Which is toxic over time.
Very. You can't live in a chronic stress response for decades without destroying your immune system and your emotional well-being. Eventually, Annelle had to realize that studying just to prove a point to a father who couldn't see her value was still, fundamentally, a form of letting him control her path.
Wow, she was still reacting to him.
She was reacting to the dirt, rather than reaching for the light for her own sake. If she didn't recognize that pattern, she would have spent her entire life collecting degrees and certificates she never actually cared about, just trying to win an argument with a ghost from her childhood.